Whoa.
1 cup of brown sugar, 1 cup of peanut butter, 1 large egg, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, half a cup of chocolate chips. Mix it all together. Divide into 12 and place on a prepared baking sheet at 350 for 8 to 10 minutes. Boom.
Don't stay awake for too long, don't go to bed. I'll make a cup of coffee for your head. I'll get you up and going out of bed.
Yeah, I don't wanna fall asleep, I don't wanna pass away. I've been thinking of our future cause I'll never see those days. I don't know why this has happened, but I probably deserve it. I tried to do my best, but you know that I'm not perfect. I've been praying for forgiveness, you've been praying for my health. When I leave this earth, hoping you'll find someone.
Okay, look, I got Pizza the Hut before, I'll do it again.
1 cup of water, 1.5 teaspoons of ANC yeast,
A little mixy.
sit for 5 minutes. 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 1.25 teaspoon of fine sea salt.
Whiskey business. Add your yeasty water and mix. Take it a rough dough. Have a dual work surface. Keep kneading.
Until nice and smooth.
Medium bowl. A little drizzle of olive oil. Shape your dough into a ball, into your bowl. Plastic wrap, lightly oiled. Cover.
Rise at room temperature 1 to 2 hours. Italian tomatoes.
Tomato. 2 cloves of garlic. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Salt to taste. Pinch of sugar. Blend.
Until nice and smooth.
Pizza stone.
Into the oven, 500 Fahrenheit.
45 minutes. Baking sheet. Dust generously with flour. Flour. Dump out your dough. Divide. 2 even pieces. And shape into a ball. Onto your sheet. Cover and rest. 30 minutes. Pizza peel with flour. Pizza dough. Flour on the top. Punch around the perimeter. Over the knuckles. Turn, stretch, turn, stretch. Little pizza sauce. Spread it out. Cheese. Pepperoni. Into the oven on 5 minutes. Broil 2 minutes.
Garlic oil on the crusty.
Ooh-wee.
Hash browns are for wimps. You can do better. We're making a potato galette. It's French. Peel 1 large potato. Cheesecloth. Grate. Twist and wring. Wring out the excess moisture. Heat 8-inch skillet, medium-low heat. Add 2 to 3 tablespoons canola oil, peanut oil, or leftover bacon fat. Add half of the potato. Freshly grated Parmigiano Reggiano. Remaining potato on top. Salt. Cook 5 to 6 minutes until golden on the bottom. Turn up the heat to medium to make sure it's nice and golden. 1 to 2 minutes. See how it's nicely golden around the edges? It's time to flip. Flip. Add a little more oil so it doesn't burn. Cook medium-low heat 5 to 6 more minutes. Salt, pepper, parsley, Parmigiano Reggiano, dill. Oh yeah.
McDonald's McNuggets. Start with that chicken breast. Go ahead and cut it up into little cubes, and we're gonna blend it in batches, and we're gonna pulse it. You could use a grinder if you have one, but I don't have one. I'm guessing a lot of you don't have one. You could use a blender, works just as good. Season the meat with a bunch of salt and pepper, and then the key to shaping your nuggets is to keep your hands wet so it doesn't stick to you. So you feel me? We made a few McDonald's shapes, and we went off with some dinosaurs, made a country, and look at that. I don't know what that is. Throw it into the freezer for like 2 hours. For the dry mix, we're going to go flour, cornstarch, salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, mix it up. For the wet batter, we're going to go eggs, half a cup of water, 1/4 cup of cornstarch, and whip that up. Then once your nuggets are hard, we're going to go dry, wet, and then leave on there. And then once you do that, you're going to heat up some oil. Once it bubbles around the stick, the wood, the chopstick, throw them into the oil. Make sure they don't stick to each other. Fry them for about 2 minutes each side. Take them out, and you got chicken McNuggets. Yes,
Here's a recipe for the famous Levain Bakery chocolate chip cookies. These cookies are so delicious and super soft. Look when you crack them open. First, you're going to preheat your oven to 410 degrees. Then put in 1 cup of chopped cold butter, 1 cup brown sugar, and half a cup of white sugar. Mix until combined. Then you're going to put in 2 eggs and mix until combined again. Then you're going to add half a teaspoon of cornstarch, 3/4 teaspoon salt, and 3/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Then 3 cups of flour. Then mix it together until combined, and you'll get a really nice doughy consistency. Then you're going to knead that dough and knead in your 3 cups of chocolate chips. Divide the dough into 8 equal parts and put it in the oven for 9 to 12 minutes or until it's golden brown on the top, like you see in this video.
Thanks for watching.
Well,
quarantine has turned me into Betty motherfucking Crocker, so welcome back to my cooking show. Listen to me. I am not a vegan, but these pass the vibe check. First, get coconut shavings and put them in a big ass bowl. Then add coconut oil and then add maple syrup. But do not use pancake syrup.
Do you want to eat healthy but you're constantly surrounded by junk food? Look no further, because today we're making a healthy quesadilla, and guess what? It's easy to make. Start by slicing 2 chicken breasts in half and then season generously. Heat up some oil in a pan and pop the breasts in. Cook them until they're nice and golden and 165 degrees on the inside. Next, I chopped a half an onion into some strips along with a bell pepper. And a jalapeno because, you know, I like it spicy. And then 2 cloves of garlic. I used the same oil as the chicken to saute these veggies and then season it up until they were done. Next, I used Eat Me Guilt-Free protein tortillas because these wheat tortillas are so healthy. To assemble, add some cheese, some chicken, some of the onion mixture, and of course, more cheese. Top with another protein tortilla and cook that. Give it a nice flip and you're ready to serve. This is the perfect, easy, healthy lunch. Serve with sour cream and guac. I'm eating mine with some sour cream and guacamole.
Don't know what you're saying. You're flying higher than a plane, and I'm not complaining. It's getting too loud, we'll figure it out. I'm out of my brain. The time is all by your side. You got it to do long, you get it. You got it to do long, you get it. You got it to do long, you get it. You got it to do long, you get it. You got it to do long, you get it. You got it to do long, you get it. You got it to do long, you get it. You got it to do long, you get it.
Blew all my money on a trivial video game. I dug my head in the water so I can feel something. And now I'm thinking of all the time that my phone ring. I reminisce and remember all of the songs we sing. But now I hate every one of the songs we used to sing. Can you believe that I didn't think you would leave me? And now I can't trust anyone cause you just left me. I wish I never responded to all those texts. It'd be better if we had just never met. Can you believe that I'm missing you even though when I was with you I never felt more alone. I wish I never.
5, 6, 7, 8. Dance with me in my backyard, boy. Looking super fine in your corduroy. Drive me round the block, we can go in a loop, and we'll turn the vibe up on some good boy band tunes. I feel the fresh air, I can feel your eyes staring. I'm not gonna lie, I get a little bit scared. My heart is on wings and living in dreams, and at the top of our lungs we see.
These Cookie Monster chocolate chip cookies stuffed with chocolate in the middle are absolutely insane. And they're pretty easy to make. Start by mixing 2 1/4 cups of flour into a bowl. Next, add 1 1/2 teaspoons of cornstarch, a teaspoon of baking powder, and a teaspoon of salt. Give it a good whisk and set it aside. Melt 2 sticks of butter and then let that cool slightly. Add 3/4 cup of brown sugar and a 1/2 cup of white sugar. Cream those together until super well combined. Add 1 egg plus 1 egg yolk and a teaspoon of vanilla. Mix it all together and then add blue food coloring. I added a lot because I wanted these to be super blue. Add in your dry ingredients and stir it together until a dough forms. I added a cup of white chocolate chips and a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, but you can do whatever. Pat out your dough and then add some Hershey's chocolate into the middle. You're gonna want to chill these for at least 2 hours, I did overnight, and bake at 350 for about 20 minutes. These cookies are so fun. Follow my YouTube and Instagram for more.
5, 6, 7, 8. Dance with me in my backyard, boy. Looking super fine in your corduroy. Drive me round the block, we can go in a loop, and we'll turn the vibe up on some good boy band tunes. I feel the fresh
I'll be making homemade delicious donuts. No oven friends, I got you. So I did put sugar. Then I added some milk. I used evaporated milk in a can. And now I added some melted butter. I just melt the butter into the pan. I'm adding some eggs. And then water. Oh yeah. Okay, now put some yeast. And then mix it well. And now I'm putting some flour. I'll be putting a lot of flour because I'll be making a lot of donuts. My mom is helping me mix it. Mix. And mix it again. And knead it. And knead it again. And now make it into circles. And cover it with some clean cloth. And after 30 to 40 minutes, it should look like this. And put a hole in the middle. Put it in a frying pan. And now, ta-da! Add some sugar to taste. And voila, homemade delicious donuts.
Alright ladies, this is important. So if you're not a lady, go ahead and swipe on. Look, if your man doesn't cook for you, and I mean really throw down in the kitchen, not frozen pizza or ramen noodles, look, I'm not going to tell you to leave him because that's your business like Tabitha say, but at least send him my page so I can put him on game.
Today we're making the easiest dessert ever. We're making 2-ingredient fudge. All you need is sweetened condensed milk and chocolate chips. Pour a bag of chocolate chips into a bowl. Add 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. Stir together. Microwave in 30-second increments until it's melted. After 30 seconds. After 2 minutes. Pour into a tray. Spread it out. Refrigerate till solid. Slice. Super easy, super delicious fudge. You gotta try that.
Don't turn on your stove yet. Tortilla, cheese, lettuce, tomato, tostada, refried beans, taco meat, well seasoned, sour cream on another tostada. Give it a hug. Wrap it up. Take your time. Now you turn on your stove. Do the folded side first. Give her a good tap, tap, tap and a smack because she's thick. Flip it over with your hands because who has time for a spatula? Put it on a plate. Cut it in half. Oh, it looks so good.
On today's menu, we're making Hasselback potatoes. Probably one of the most satisfying dishes I've made so far. I just want to stare at it. Get yourself a Rousseau potato and lock it in with 2 chopsticks. Cut very thin slices into the potato. Do not cut all the way through. Throw it onto a baking tray, and in a separate bowl, we're gonna melt ourselves some butter, a little bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, and garlic powder since we add it to everything. Let's go. Mix that up, and we're gonna slowly brush that into every single potato crack. This reminds me of, you know how like when you shower, you take your hands and you credit bake at 450 for 50 minutes. Take it out and how did I burn my potatoes? The show must go on. Okay, we're gonna take a slice of cheddar cheese and put it in between every slice of potato and proceed to melt the cheese in the oven. Take it out and top it off with sour cream and green onions. This was supposed to have bacon. I remember buying it, but I guess I left it at the self-checkout. Anyways, what's up with the weather in the bay? This morning I woke up to a loud boom. Bro, I thought somebody popped me while I was sleeping. Come to find out, we just had a thunderstorm.
Here's how to make this crispy and airy focaccia. It's fun to make and perfect for snacking and sandwiches. Start by whisking together 2.5 cups of warm water, 2 teaspoons of honey, and 1 packet of instant yeast in a large bowl. You can use active too, just make sure it's alive. Then add 5 cups of flour and 5 teaspoons of kosher salt. Stir it all together until well combined. Then add a 1/4 cup of olive oil to the bottom of a large bowl and scrape the dough into it. Use your hands to coat the dough in the oil. Then cover it and let it rise in the fridge overnight or at room temperature for a few hours. Then use 2 forks to gently deflate the dough and form it into one mass. Add 1 tablespoon of olive oil to a buttered 9 by 13 inch baking tray and slide the dough in. Coat the dough in the oil and let it rise again for another hour or so. This is the fun part. Dimple the dough to create impressions. You can be a little aggressive with this. Then drizzle over some more oil and a bit of flaky salt and bake at 450 for 25 minutes. Cut it into squares or slices and brush over some butter. This one's infused with garlic and rosemary, and enjoy.
Let's talk about one of the greatest sandwiches of all time.
Saucepan. 2 tablespoons of butter in heat medium. That's melted and boobulous.
Whisk in 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Then whisk in 1 cup of milk. Yeah, make sure to make a fucking mess.
Keep on whisking
until thicken.
Whisk in a 1/4 cup of grated Gruyere cheese, some salt, black pepper, grated nutmeg. Get some bread.
Spread on Dijon mustard, Emmental cheese, some nice ham. More cheese, top, pan,
butter, medium heat, hot toast.
2 to 3 minutes.
Flip, toast the other side.
Sandwich, the Mornay sauce, a bit of Gruyere cheese.
Under the broiler.
Get a sandwich, top with a fried egg.
A little bit of flaky salt.
Wow, my God. Y'all, I'm crying.
Please don't be ugly. Please don't be ugly. Please. Please. Oh my god!
Box mix is over. It's time to upgrade your mac and cheese. Fill a pot with water, touch of olive oil,
Bring to a boil. Season generously with salt.
add your pasta. Obviously boil that.
Slightly under al dente. Drain. Another pot. Third cup of butter in. Medium heat. Once melted.
Third cup all-purpose flour.
Whisk and cook about a minute.
3 cups of warm milk slowly. 1 cup heavy cream.
Till it begins to thicken. 3 cups grated cheddar. 3 cups grated Gruyere. Toss together. Turn off the heat.
4 cups of your cheese mixture. Whisk together. Gonna taste with salt, nutmeg.
Should look like this.
Add in your pasta. Mix a wop moment. Casserole dish. Add half your mac and cheese.
Remaining 2 cups of cheese. The other half of your mac.
3/4 cup panko breadcrumbs.
1 cup Parmesan. 1 tablespoon za'atar.
4 tablespoons of melted butter.
Seasoned breadcrumbs.
Into the oven.
350.
25 to 30 minutes.
Oh. Woo! Sheesh!
Apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. Got the whole club looking at her. She's the Jessica.
So I woke up one morning like, I could really go for some tiramisu. So let's make it. First things first, get yourself a couple of egg yolks along with some sugar, and you want to mix that until it becomes like a pastel yellow color. Ah, okay. And in a separate bowl, we're gonna combine some heavy cream and sugar. Hopefully you guys have a hand mixer or something of the nature, because it takes a while to get these peaks. But once you have it, we're gonna add in some mascarpone cheese. So good, I could literally eat this by the bucket. Anyways, combine the 2 bowls that we just made, and that's gonna be our cream mixture. Let's go. Okay, the last thing we need is some espresso coffee, a little stallion of cognac, and since we're on the subject, California has been on fire and is getting serious. And recently I saw this TikTok of this guy saying that we can use wops to help put out the fires. Huh? Guys, I think he might be onto some. Proceed to assemble your tiramisu and finish it off with cocoa powder, and just refrigerate it overnight. I was today years old when I found out that you don't even have to bake this. I had this in the morning with a cup of coffee, and bro, it was so good that my toes started curling up.